Hi everyone, today I'm going to be answering 5 of your top questions that I've had from you through DMs, through messages on YouTube. So here we are, let's go through them together. So I have gone through so many different phases. I used to eat very, very little. When I was growing up, I was under some crazy illusion that the less I ate, the skinnier I would be. What a horrendous mistake that was. I then, I guess, got a bit chubbier and ended up just eating pasta the whole time. So that was also maybe not such a good idea and not massively healthy because there wasn't any protein in my diet. I think at some point I became a vegetarian and even a vegan at one point, which really I couldn't keep up. I found it too difficult to cook, but maybe I was cooking the wrong things. But now my routine is completely different. And that's not to say I don't make big breaks in my diet and I don't have chocolate and cake and lots of chocolate. Everyone knows I eat chocolate. I try to make it dark, but I do eat a lot of chocolate. But I am also super healthy. So in the mornings I have eggs or porridge. For lunch I have a great big chunk of protein with either salad or veg. And in the evening I have a big pot of Greek yogurt with some granola and fruits. So I think that means I eat a good amount of protein. I am super healthy. I do have breaks here and there and I do indulge. I mean, I've got 3 kids, so I end up eating their nuggets and burgers at parties. But on a daily basis, I try to be really healthy, and I actually eat much more than I used to, but then I work out every single day. So I try and eat a lot, and actually what I've realized is the more I eat, but I eat the right thing, the more weight I lose. So that's been quite interesting for me to find out. But also, interestingly, since I've been going to the gym, I'm less interested in being skinny, frankly, and more interested in having a healthy body and a healthy mind. So going to the gym used to be about losing weight for me. It's now about being strong and healthy and fit. And, I love to see other fit, strong women. Okay, everybody asks me this question, and honestly, I don't know if there's a right answer to this. And all of you mothers out there, like me, probably know there's never a right answer. Some days I feel guilty. Some days I don't feel guilty. Some days I feel I can do it all. Some days I feel I can't do anything. Some days I'm, on top of everything. I'm super organized and I get everything right in terms of the plan, but I don't necessarily feel fulfilled having spent real quality time with my kids. And then I have days where I don't do anything with my children, no activities. We're slumped in front of the TV, but I feel more connected to them and I feel closer. So how do I do it all? Well, I don't. I just do whatever I can when I can. And there are so many different types of day. And I think that's normal. I mean, I think we, have days where we're up, days where we're down. It's similar with children. I can't always manage it. I've been late for pickups. I've forgotten costumes sometimes. But if there is, I guess, a secret and something I should be better at and I should develop even more, it's organization and just being as organized as possible. I've got charts everywhere in my house. I've got them in the back of all of the kitchen cupboards. I've got them everywhere. I've got a chart on every single child's door. I have timetables everywhere all around the house, although you don't see them because they're all concealed. But they are everywhere. And yet, no matter how many timetables I have, sometimes it comes to 3 o'clock and I'm supposed to pick up and I'm late, or there's too much traffic, or a meeting runs over, or I'm in a high security area where I can't pick up the phone. And that's just life. I mean, you can't get it right all the time. I have to say, I used to feel much more guilty than I do now. A really good piece of advice my best friend gave me when I was complaining to her, my kids were much younger, about children. I said, I'm feeling really guilty and I feel like I don't always get as much time as other mothers do with their children. And she said to me, you know what, you only feel guilty because you didn't have a working mother growing up, and so you didn't see that as something normal. And so now that that's what you're doing, you know, you feel much more guilty than somebody else would, whereas her mother worked and she just, you know, feels that it's just a normal part of life. So I think maybe that's part of where my guilt comes from, but I'm trying to be more okay with it. I think the main thing is to do whatever it is you feel comfortable, but also to know that there are so many of us working mothers and fathers, and there isn't really a right or wrong. You are just always trying to do your best. And sometimes you don't have the energy to do your best, so you do what you can that day. Okay, so my favorite hotels, well, outside of London, my two favorites are Coworth Park. It's great for kids. They've got lots of kids activities. They've got horse riding. They've got a play area. It's fantastic for kids and fabulous for adults. So my husband and I get to relax. We might even have a massage. And then, you know, the children have something to do, but then there's also lovely restaurant inside for us to spend time with the kids, and lots of outdoor areas where we can just go for long walks together. So that's Coworth Park. The next one I personally love is the Beaverbrook Hotel. Again, really nice for us and the children. It's very relaxing. There's a lot of authenticity in that hotel. There's some beautiful historical detail and information about every one of the rooms. This was, you know, somewhere where real history took place, so it's a very special place to be in. I personally, in London, if I ever have a London break, I like going to the Beaumont Hotel. It's quite close by Selfridges. If I take a kind of city break for my husband and I, we will stay there and then have lots to do during the day. It's a beautiful hotel. The Art Deco in there is stunning. The restaurant in there is an American restaurant, I believe, and it's absolutely fantastic. The food is great, so I love it there. Favorite flowers. Okay, so I love all flowers, but if I'm gonna do it, I go big. So first of all, I guess my favorites would be hydrangea in all colors. By the way, all colors, I love hydrangea. I like to stick to the lighter colors in my house, just because I think they work best in my house. But I do love hydrangeas. I also love them because they last for such a long time. I love roses. I love roses in all colors. Oh my goodness, roses are just so beautiful, so sculptural. I love them in all shades, in all forms. I love the long stems. My other favorites, my new favorites, are peonies. They are so stunning, and again, they last such a long time. They're really easy to put together. They just look fabulous on their own. You don't really need to do very much with them in terms of, you know, putting them all together. So just one big bunch in a big vase, and they look fabulous. I am actually quite enjoying these question and answer sessions, so do throw some questions at me and I would be delighted to answer you.